Hi, I'm Brad Schluter for Drum Magazine. This is another video in the series based on my article Stick Twisters that was published in the October 2015 issue of Drum Magazine. In this video, what we're going to look at is something my students ask me all the time. They spend a lot of time working on rudiments and they don't really know what to do with them. So if you don't play in a marching band or a drum corps or a Scottish pipe band, you may be wondering, what do I do with my rudiments? How do I use them on the kit? Well, one of the best ways is to apply them to grooves, to use them as part of your beats. So the way you would do this is, in a typical rock beat, you might play something like an eighth note pattern with a snare drum backbeat. And this hand pattern that I'm playing is called an ostinato. Similarly, if you're playing a jazz pattern, that right hand pattern and the left foot open and closing the hi-hat would be the standard swing ostinato that you use in jazz patterns. Well, in order to apply a rudiment to some beats, one thing you can do is simply replace the ostinato with a new one. And in the case of this exercise, we're going to use the paradiddle. And for paradiddles, you may know those as right, left, left, left. But rather than just play the paradiddle sticking, I want to make sure you also play the dynamic pattern that's built into the paradiddle. So if you look at the way paradiddles are actually used, they're used with a strong accent on the first count. And the reason for that is it adds a shape to the rudiment and also can help you, rip it a little bit faster when you get your speeds up. But the main thing is that it provides a musical shape to the pattern. So the way we're going to do that is with a strong accent on the first note of each half of the paradiddle, or of each paradiddle. Right, left, 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 right, left, left, left. And you'll notice I'm keeping my low notes about 3 inches or so. When I actually do it on the kit, I bring them down a little bit more, and I bring my high notes down a little bit more. But I'm trying to keep an area like in this range kind of empty. I don't want my sticks to lift in that height range. I want to keep them below that or above it. That sort of thing. So what we're going to do on the kit is we're going to take the paradiddle first and play it on the hi-hat and the snare drum. And then I'm going to add different bass drum patterns underneath that. I'm going to play straight through all the exercises, and in, I think it's that corner, you're going to see the exercise numbers pop up. If you don't have a copy of the issue, pick it up because all the notation is in there. I will mention also that I start with basically just the hand pattern. Then I add a bass drum pattern that lands on the right-handed notes. And if you're just starting out with this sort of thing and haven't done anything like this before, that's a great place to start because it's a little bit easier for most drummers to get their right foot and the right hand to line up together. On the third pattern, I start using bass drums under left-handed notes. And so the big challenge of this exercise is to maintain the dynamics in your hand pattern without letting your bass drum interfere with those or affect those. So you want to keep the bass drum nice and strong and solid, and the hand pattern basically very dynamic. So you get that motion in the low notes in the sticking pattern when you divide it between the snare and the hi-hat. Check it out. Now the cool thing about this approach is you can use a variety of rudiments as a new ostinato over standard bass drum patterns in grooves. So in 4/4, the normal paradiddle, the triple paradiddle work great. And if you're playing in, say, a triplet feel, the double paradiddle, which has 6 notes per side, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, works well for those triplet type feel grooves. It creates sort of a halftime feel, which is kind of cool, sort of a faux Afro-Cuban sort of vibe. But anyways, work with these things. Try and get it to the point that your bass drum doesn't really affect any of the hand notes. And one little tip I'll offer you is this. Before you apply them to the kit, I recommend working, if you play your paradiddles kind of like this, fairly flat, work at getting with a bigger accent, more height definition for a week or two, or until you're very comfortable with it and you don't have to think about it before you put them on the kit. That way when you add the bass drum notes to it, it shouldn't interfere very much with it. I hope this has been helpful to you, and thanks for watching.